One thing about living in Arkansas, our big industries are easy to see. The big fields of rice and of soybeans.
But there's something big in Arkansas that's harder to spot, and it brings big business with it. THV 11's Ian Russell shows us how the aerospace industry is booming in Arkansas and why experts say it's a hidden gem.
In a not-so-quiet corner of Hot Springs, the aerospace industry is being built. For Greg Hess, general manager of Airtech Supply, this industry is everything.
My grandfather worked on Gemini and Mercury. My dad worked on Apollo. I worked on parts for the space shuttle.
Now he works on a mix of parts for the aerospace and defense industry. From Boeing to Northrop Grumman, commercial parts to defense machinery, they're building the future of the industry in Arkansas.
Although we're kind of a small footprint, we're about 50 employees, but we do work globally, so it's kind of hard to tell here in Hot Springs that a little shop like that would do that type of business.
And he's not alone. It's an industry that's continuing to grow.
There's probably approximately 600 people employed in Garland and Hot Springs County, just this area, making defense and commercial aerospace products. So it's a good industry.
But it may not be one you immediately think of when you think Arkansas.
But a hidden secret is that Arkansas really is an aerospace and defense export. It's a leader nationally, if not globally, in aerospace and defense.
Mike Preston is the Secretary of Commerce for Arkansas. The aerospace industry may be a hidden secret, but its impact is not.
Between all those companies combined, what the export numbers are, I mean, that's billions of dollars of revenue generated every year for our state in that one particular industry.
According to the Arkansas Economic Development Commission's Aerospace and Defense Report for 2022, the industry is the #1 leading export for last year. Those exports were 20% of the state's total exports and was a little over 1% of the entire country's exports in 2020.
You know, we're in the heart of the country. We can get goods in and goods out fairly quickly. We don't have some of the log jams that other, major metropolitan areas might have for this.
That's part of the reason why Hess is in Hot Springs and part of why the industry has grown. That same report from AEDC shows that 7,000 people are in this industry across 48 companies like Airtech Supply.
It's in my blood, and it kind of gets that way with people. People that are in this industry tend to stay in it and not deviate too much.
For Arkansas, Preston says that's the goal, to keep growing this industry bigger than it already is.
I remember the first time that we took Governor Hutchinson to Air Show in Paris, it was, who's Arkansas and what are you guys doing here? But because we've been persistent these last couple of years, it's, hey, Arkansas, we know about you now.
And for Hess, they're already seeing that firsthand.
But the business is there, the backlog's there, it's growing. And it'll cycle down probably another 4 or 5 years, but it'll be another 4 or 5 years of strong growth from here on out.
In Hot Springs, Ian Russell, THV 11 News.
Now, Preston says they're focused on bringing in some of those big anchor companies similar to the ones already doing business here, such as Lockheed Martin or Dassault Falcon Jet. That was a tricky one.
There you go. Well, Preston says once they come, the smaller manufacturing companies tend to pop up too.